Happy Transformer Tuesdays! Today we're looking at this Hound from the Siege line, which was, oh my goodness, that was back in, 2019, so we're looking at like 6 years ago because we're one day away from 2025, baby! How cool is this dude, though? What an awesome battle Jeep. I love the way this guy looks. He's got great colors with these dark greens, these charcoal grays that are really dark. Look so good. Got this copper detailing with that red there. Looks so good popping. And we got a little bit of red on the back, too, with the lights. Same thing with the yellow on the back and the front for the lights. A little bit of white there, too. I love the clear plastic on his windshield there, even though it's molded just on top of this dark charcoal gray plastic as well. A little bit of grays showing through with the sculpted inside of the vehicle there, but we see more of that on the undercarriage, which is pretty clean. You can see the head popping out there, but otherwise it looks good even from this bad angle. But rolls great. Not my best rolling vehicle, but one of the better. He's not going to fall off the table, but he'll go a decent amount. Yeah, see, not every wheel spins as good as the other. This is the straggler. This is the one keeping him from being the best. But he's a good roller. I like that we got all these ports up here. This is from the toy line itself, but you can plug in any of the accessories from this guy or other figures into any of these holes, and you can configure how you want his weapons mounted and such. So I dig that. This one right here plugs in right there, and that's specific for this one bit. It's part of his transformation, but it's also his accessory. Yeah, he looks good. Let's get him into a different mode, though. And as you saw, this always kind of comes untabbed when you pull on something. So let's just leave it untabbed because that's going to be part of the transformation. We're just going to push these up. Have this untabbed there. And we're going to kind of pull this open. And we're going to kind of fold that a little bit here. We're not going to be pulling it all the way. Sometimes I go a little bit too far and this pops out, but easily pops back into. Untab the arms from the plastic here, and you technically should have done that before you pop those open, but you know, oh well. This guy's taken some rough tumbles off the table, and I've just dropped them, and I'm always fiddling with them because I have so much fun, and by doing that, he sees a little bit of wear. But what we're going to do is separate this area right here, you see, and pull this down, and then we're going to fold it at that knee joint and then put it back. So we're doing pretty much the same to this, and you can kind of lift this a little bit if you like. It has a bit of give. And fold that down. And what we're going to do is we're taking this hole here and plugging it into this tab. Not this one. I always have a tendency to want to overreach and go to this one, but we're going to this tab. So pushing here and then pulling up like that, and it's just gonna tab right in there, and this is gonna fill that hole, and then push that down, and we got a foot. So first one like that, then folding it around, and it's just gonna kind of click into place, push it down, and we're getting closer. Now we're gonna fold out the arms, and we're gonna kind of push them back a little bit further, but not fully, and then we're gonna just kind of pull that down like so. Hey, we're almost there. Now we're gonna take the arms and push them in like this. You'll hear a click, secured in place. This one doesn't quite secure like the other arm does. It gets a little bit loose, but it's no big deal. That's just how some of these toys are. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna fold this inward here. And that's going to fill up some space, and this little hole here is going to tab into this right there. So click that in. It's not going to like securely click, but it's just going to kind of tab in there, and that's where it's supposed to go. And it might come loose, but it's no big deal if it does. Just reorient his arms in the proper position and swivel his wrists around so they're facing the right way. And there you go. And like I say, mine's a little bit loose, so if I pull his arms out, it's going to go out like that, but that's no big deal. And if anything, you can just say that's adding to the articulation. But yeah, arms go up and down. We also can move out like that with one of whatever these joints are called. Swivel right there. We got the elbow and we got that wrist. So arms are got a great range of motion, especially if you untab that, and you can get some really good poses. Legs up and down. You can go out. I don't know what kind of joint that's called, but I love those. You also got the good knee joint there too, and you can call that articulation. Do something with the ankle if you like, but that's more just for the transformation itself. I guess you could do a pose though. He's dancing. So we got these accessories here. This weapon, you can just take this tab over here and it'll plug into one of these holes right here. And hey, there, now we got a gun. And this one can plug into the shoulder here if you like, and you can get that look going, but I like to have him double fisting it. So he's just blasting away. A little bit of articulation with the head too, but not very much. But yeah, this guy's a whole lot of fun. He looks real good. Got decent range of articulation, fun to mess with. Like, look at that back. The back does not look bad. That's never the best angle for a Transformer, but he looks good. The legs are a little bit hollow there, but other than that, like, the backpack isn't obtrusive or anything. Except for that tiny bit of hollowness, I would say he's really good. It's like no masterpiece level, but my goodness, he's got a good transformation and he's durable and looks fantastic. Like, I don't see why you'd even want a different version of this guy. He's so cool. Maybe he doesn't look like the cartoon or comic, you know, though. I don't have too much of an attachment to this fella other than thinking he looks badass, but so very cool. But yeah, when it comes to Transformers, I'm more in it for the awesome robot thing than the lore itself. Let's get him back into his car mode, though. So very cool. So let's flip that back. So we're just pushing this up. I'm gonna untab this here and just straighten this whole thing out. I forgot to mention too, he's got good waist articulation. You gotta make sure it's straight for his transformation, but that's good for his robot mode. So yeah, let's get that popped and folded out a little. Get this flat. Push the arms in. I guess I'm not really doing it in the proper order. But yeah, just make sure you got that clearance there and fold it in the right orientation. That right there is what pegs into there, you see. Snap that in good, make sure those are connected. Get that locked in there and then just click these down. And that just sort of snaps and folds into place. And these fellas, we're just gonna flip these around because we're gonna want to take these little holes here in the arms and we're gonna get those into this peg right here. So we're just swiveling these around and flip the wrist over so the outside of the hand is facing outwards, and just kind of click that into place. So flip that around, click, boom, we're done with his vehicle. He's pretty easy peasy, a whole lot of fun. Just get that snapped in, put the weapons wherever you want them. That, like I say, that looks good up there, but I like it plugged into this one here. And this is always coming untabbed on me, but it is what it is. And yeah, so a little bit fiddly at certain points with this guy, but man, he's a whole lot of fun. Not my favorite character, not my favorite Transformer at all, but man, this toy is one of my favorites just because it's so much fun to fiddle with. It looks so good, and just like you sitting on the couch and all of a sudden, this dude just comes blasting onto the cushion and rolling over stuff. He's so much fun as a car and as a robot. Hella cool. I love this guy to death. He's been with me for, it just seems like a minute, but he's been in my box for hella long, it seems now, so I'm always pulling them out. And I recommend you pulling yours out too and having some fun with him. If you don't have him, I would say he's worth tracking down on eBay or on sellers and trader forums, or just go thrifting and find this dude. He is awesome and well worth his retail price, and I'd even say I like him enough that he's worth more than I originally paid for him. I want to say that he was originally what, like $15 or $20 when I first got him. I'd pay probably $30 for this guy on the aftermarket, just used, because I like him so much. He's that good. So you know, if you can find a new one and it costs a little bit more than that, I'd say it's worth it. So check him out. This is Hound from the Siege line of Transformers. Kicks ass. Thank you for joining me, and we'll talk to you next year, which is tomorrow, or maybe it already is. You probably, when you're watching it. Take care now.